Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with your Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. I will make this quick today because I do not have a lot of time. They are still consolidating. Bitcoin remains within this rectangle pattern with a resistance zone 73,100, 71,500 and a support zone about 60,700 to about 60,000. It's just moving sideways within this structure. We need to see a break above resistance or a break below support to have confidence in the next direction for the trend. It's most likely 2/3, 66%, to be an upward breakout, because when rectangles occur in the context of an upward movement, the breakout is 2/3 likely to be up and 1/3 likely to be down. The last completed upward session has strongest volume of most recent sessions. The next two completed downward session, or the last completed downward session and the current downward session, have weaker volume so far. While price is consolidating, on-balance volume also is consolidating. We need a break above the resistance or below the support line for on-balance volume to give us a signal. Sometimes on-balance volume breaks out prior to price, giving us an advance warning of a breakout from price and what direction that will be in. Sometimes it breaks out with price, and if that happens, then it gives us confidence in the breakout from price. So I will continue to watch on-balance volume carefully. There is no clear trend as indicated by ADX today. As price reached support a few days ago, on stochastics almost reached oversold. Stochastics now is moving higher. Price is moving higher overall. Expect overall upward movement from price and stochastics to continue higher until it reaches overbought and price reaches resistance. And we'll see what ADX says if and when price gets up to resistance next time. The Elliott Wave count for Ethereum remains the same. At this point, it looks much more likely that the correction is complete, but it's still possible to label the correction incomplete, although now the fourth wave would be much longer lasting than the second wave, meaning that this labeling has a very, very low probability, which means it looks like Ethereum may be in the very early stages of a third wave up at minute, minor, intermediate, primary and cycle degree. A third wave up at 5 degrees should have a strong increase in momentum, range and volume. A new high above 3413.05 for the short term would give some confidence of that. A breach of this Elliott channel with a full green daily candlestick above and not touching this trend line would add further confidence that this movement is over and the next movement is then underway. Ethereum has support now about 3,050. Look for next resistance along the way up at 3,680. At the low here, there are two bullish reversal patterns and a piercing pattern and a dragonfly doji coming at reasonable support at 3,050. This indicates we may have a sustainable low in place now. Recent upward movement has stronger volume than recent downward movement. The volume profile is bullish, again supporting the view of upward movement most likely. ADX tells us there's no clear trend for Ethereum. A model of stochastics plus support and resistance. Stochastics did not quite reach oversold. Price reached support. Stochastics is now moving higher, has a positive slope. Price is moving higher. Expect overall upward movement from price until it reaches resistance. Stochastics may not reach overbought. It did for this upward swing, but it didn't here for this upward swing. Let's see how high stochastics can get when price is at next resistance. If stochastics is at or very close to overbought, then the upward swing may end there, but we'll see what ADX says at that time. XRP now has a complete corrective structure. This is a double combination. I'm labeling it intermediate wave 2. The first structure in the double is labeled minor W. The double is joined by a 3 in the opposite direction labeled X, and the second structure in the double labeled minor wave W is a regular flat A, B, C. The most common two corrective structures in a double combination are one zigzag and one flat. Combinations are not very common structures, but this has a really good fit. All the subdivisions fit very well indeed. We have a new high by a small amount above 0.5688, telling us that minute wave C is most likely complete, which means minor Y and intermediate 2 are most likely complete. Double combinations aren't very common structures. Triple combinations are extremely rare. I think in my 16 years of daily analysis and all the research I've done on Elliott Wave structures, I think I might have only ever seen one. That's how rare they are, which means when you have a double combination complete, the probability that the correction, the entire thing is complete, is extremely high, because at this stage for it to continue further would be a triple, and the rarity of that structure means that this correction is most likely complete. XRP found support about 46, a bullish long lower wick, now moving up and away. It broke above resistance in the 54 to 55 cent area, but today it's moving back below that, so look for support to probably hold about the 0.49 to 0.46 area. For XRP, the most recent strength is in upward sessions for volume, so for the short term the volume profile is bullish. XRP has no clear trend indicated at the daily time frame either from ADX. The model of stochastics plus support and resistance didn't work very well for the last downward swing. Stochastics fell quite a lot short of oversold, and the previous downward swing as well. Stochastics is moving higher, price is moving higher. Let's see if price can continue higher to resistance and stochastics can continue overall higher to reach overbought. And if it reaches overbought and price is at resistance and ADX still says there's no trend, then an upward swing may be complete there. But this model for XRP at this time isn't actually working that well. It's working a little bit better for the other two. That's it from me today with your quick update, and I hope everyone's having a lovely day.